Hey, how are you? I am Jessica, author, mentor, advocate. If you don't know, hey. Well, today I'm going to just hop right into it. As the title says, identity crisis. Do you know if you're going through an identity crisis? You want to know how to overcome the identity crisis? I'm here to tell you. I'm here to let you know. So, I'm going to start off with a story time. Me being on social media, I realize people like stories. They listen to stories. So, I'm going to start off with a story about this girl. I know this girl. She in her young adult years, like I wouldn't even say young adult, as she was growing up in her adult like childhood, she struggled with like abandonment problems because like her dad was inconsistent, her mom was going through some things, so she put the girl and her brother in like a situation where it led to feelings of abandonment. Um, she also struggled with rejection too, and from those situations. And then as she grew up, as she was growing up, she looked at life through the lens of her abandonment and her rejection. So she wasn't really able to connect with people. She had friends, but the relationships didn't really go far, I would say. So that led her to feel like maybe she just isn't really made to fit in with people. Um, so as she got older, like in high school and early years of college, she still had those feelings, and then she embraced the wrong relationships. And this one relationship she embraced like truly rocked her world in a way where I'm pretty sure she wished she could have did away with it. She could, she definitely knew that relationship wasn't great after a while, after it like did something to her self-esteem, and it was just, it was just not the best situation for her. Unfortunately, but fortunately, I'm not gonna say unfortunately, fortunately she had a child by that guy, and it was a gift and a curse to her. At the time it was a gift and a curse, but right now, if you look back on her life, it was definitely a gift. um and with that, it came like with so much drama, like drama she never thought she had to deal with in her lifetime. And it all was because she didn't know who she was. She didn't know her identity. A lot of her decisions were made based off of her not knowing her identity. And one would say, why are you telling that girl business? Well, guess what? That girl was me. That girl definitely was me. And I struggled with not knowing who I was. I struggled with an identity crisis. And I had no idea that that's what it was. Um, I didn't understand that I had an identity crisis until I was in my mid 20s, early to mid 20s. I'm not gonna say. I became to get so uncomfortable and realized that I didn't stand up for myself, and that relationship that I talked about, it showed me that I didn't know who I was, and I definitely made decisions to be accepted opposed to making decisions that actually were decisions that I wanted to for myself. So I would people please. I would just go along to get along at times, and that was the absolute worst thing I could do for myself. However, it helped me in realizing that I need to love myself better. I need to understand who I am. I need to know who I am. And at the end of the day, me identifying who I was is when I got closer to God, when I built on a relationship with God. So that's how I did it. I identified who I was, and I started walking in my purpose when I really truly understood and built a relationship with God. So, are you having an identity crisis? Typically, if you're having an identity crisis because you don't, your relationship with God maybe has stopped, is a little strained, or you may simply just don't know who God is, and that's okay because this is what I'm making a video for, to enlighten you, to let you know you don't have to be perfect to come to God. You don't have to have it all together. You can just simply, you don't even have to go to a church to receive God or build a relationship with God. Starting out, I'm not saying you don't have to go to church. I definitely recommend a babe in Christ to attend the church, because it helps. Being in the community definitely helps. So the identity in Christ comes with recognizing who God is, and once you recognize who God is, you are able to identify yourself, um, because your identity is wrapped in who God is, because we are made from God. God made us. We are made in His image. So if we don't know Him, we don't know who we are. So our identity is definitely wrapped in our relationship with God, and in that, building your relationship with God, He will reveal to you why He made you. Um, yeah. So I hope that helps. I am the author of the book, Identify Her, Pearls of Wisdom that builds confidence to help young girls walk in purpose. In the book, I definitely walk through the steps that I took to probably identify myself as a child of God and walk in my purpose through the Pearls framework. And Pearl stands for powerful perspective, embracing the right relationships, amplifying your authentic voice, realizing the love of the Father, and succeeding in your own story. So that is how you overcome an identity crisis. You build your relationship with God, and if you don't have one, to start one. I'm not going to end this video without giving a basic prayer. If you don't know who God is and you want to know who He is and you want to accept Him into your heart, you can just say a simple prayer. It doesn't even have to be a long prayer with all this eloquent speech and all these Bible verses. You don't have to do all that. It can be just something simple like, Lord, I'm here. I'm here. I want to get to know you. You are Lord over my life. I ask that you come into my heart. Lord, cleanse me of my sins. I would like to build a relationship with you. It can be something just as simple as that. So, with that being said, I pray that this has helped someone understand that in order to recognize who you really are, you must know who God is. And I encourage you to build a relationship with God, as well as get my book, Identify Her. You definitely will not be disappointed. It's definitely a good read. It's not one of those I'm about to tell you my whole life story book. You know, no one wants to hear that. It's a book that walks you through the steps, and it actually has questions in the back that make you think, that are definitely application. I would just say that it's an application part to this book. So if you're ready to grow, if you're ready to identify who you are in Christ, this is definitely the book for you. If you know a teenager out there that may be struggling with people pleasing, feelings of rejection, feelings of abandonment, um, shrinking back, not being bold, this is definitely a must read for them. We need to build up our young adults to walk bold in their purpose and walk bold in their identity. So, with that being said, overcoming identity crisis comes from building a relationship with God. And if you don't have a relationship, just recognizing who God is. And from there, build their relationship. There's no secret formula, there's no secret juice. It's just something so simple. And I want to say building relationship with God is like building a relationship with other people. Building relationships do take time. It's different for everybody. So keep that in mind. God is no genie. Granted, He can work miracles, but He likes to He likes to hear our voices just as much as you like to hear your friends and hang out with your friends. He likes to do the same with us. So, with that being said, I encourage you all to start the journey of identifying yourself today. You won't be you won't be disappointed. And also, you can buy my book. The book is definitely a must read, like I said. And to order the book, you can go to Amazon, of course. You can go to barnesandnoble.com, or you can go to thejessicahardy.com. That's my website. And you can order from there. Make sure you fill out your full address also. And if you order from my website, you definitely get a free gift. Who doesn't like free gifts? It's a special gift from me to you for supporting and also to encourage your journey of identifying you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.